Good day, class. Today's lesson will be about currency swaps. A currency swap is the exchange of cash flow of one currency for the cash flow in another currency for a predetermined exchange rate and interest rate. Currency swaps involves the exchange of loans between two business entities because in doing so, both of them will be paying lower interest rates. This will all be easily understood as we go on with the lesson. What is the nature of currency swaps? Currency swaps enables companies to reduce its borrowing cost. It is often used when companies make overseas investments. A currency swap occurs because one party can borrow money at a lower rate in their own country. In fact, this is the very reason why currency swap exists, because of this characteristic. Let us understand currency swaps better by having this situation as an example. Red Horse Company from the Philippines wants to finance a project in Germany that will cost 1 million euros. It intends to borrow euros from German banks to finance the project, but the rates offered to them are much higher since they are not well known abroad. Coincidentally, when Red Horse borrows pesos in the Philippines, they are offered lower rates because they are a company of good standing in their country. Red Bull Company from Germany wishes to put up a factory in the Philippines. It intends to borrow pesos in the Philippines, but the rates offered to them by Philippine banks are too high. Also, when Red Bull borrows in Germany, they are given lower interest rates by German banks because of their good reputation. Take note of the statements highlighted in blue because this is the advantage that both firms have, and they will trade this advantage in currency swaps. The two companies can decide to enter into a currency swap to avail of lower rates in the overseas market. This table below shows the situation of both companies. Red Horse can borrow at a low interest rate of 5% in the Philippines, but if they borrow in Germany, they are given 8%. Red Bull can borrow at a low interest rate of 6% in Germany, but when they borrow in the Philippines, they are given 9%. Both Red Horse Company of the Philippines and Red Bull Company of Germany wish to acquire loans at lower interest rates when they invest in a foreign country. This problem can be solved if the companies can find a counterpart in their target foreign market having the same problem. They can simply trade their advantage of being able to borrow at a lower rate with the other foreign company. When both companies can find a mirror image financing need, both can benefit from currency swaps. In other words, given a spot rate of 60 pesos per 1 euro, this means that Red Horse has to find a German firm wanting to borrow 60 million pesos, while Red Bull needs to find a Philippine firm wanting to borrow 1 million euros. Assuming both companies have met and have agreed to enter a currency swap, this is how the swap will work. Red Bull of Germany will borrow 1 million euros from a German bank. That will give them a low rate of 6%. Now imagine Red Bull delivering this principal amount to Red Horse. It is like Red Bull applied for a loan in behalf of the Philippine firm, Red Horse. Red Horse, on the other hand, will borrow 60 million pesos from Philippine banks at a low rate of 5%. And just the same, Red Horse delivers this amount to Red Bull. So at this point, each company is doing the other a favor for borrowing in their behalf to avail of the lower interest rate. What happens now is Red Horse, instead of paying 8% annual interest rate, is paying only 6%. Red Horse pays the 6% interest rate to Red Bull. and Red Bull pays this 6% interest rate to the German lending bank. On the other hand, Red Bull, instead of paying 9% to Philippine banks, is now only paying 5%. Red Bull pays the 5% interest to Red Horse, and Red Horse pays this 5% interest to their Philippine lending bank. So this way, both companies can acquire loans in their target foreign market and avail of lower interest payments than if they directly borrowed foreign currency from offshore banks. Again, instead of Red Horse paying 8% when they directly borrow from German banks, through the swap, they pay only 6% interest on the 1 million euro loan. And instead of Red Bull paying 9% when they borrow directly from Philippine banks, through the currency swap, they are paying only 5% interest rate on the 60 million peso loan. This is a simple explanation of currency swaps. More often than not, in reality, it is difficult to enter into swaps without the aid of an intermediary. Normally, a bank is involved, called the swap bank. The swap bank connect and facilitate the needs of both companies and profit by doing so. Usually, they profit by adding a fraction on the agreed interest payments. So, for example, they charge Red Horse 6.08% and charge Red Bull 5.10%. Note also that currency swap is not available to ordinary retailers or private businesses. Because the sum of money involved are very large, only multinational companies and conglomerates can afford this type of arrangement. So that ends my explanation of currency swaps. Do message me or comment below if you have any questions. In the meantime, goodbye. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.